This is my Academy 172 VF-51, I think it's called. It says in the bottom, VF-51. Screaming Eagles Tomcat F-14A, so it's the original early model with the Pratt & Whitney engines. Of course, there's no engine in this thing. And it's Academy. And I built the 1990s Academy 148, I think. Pukin Dogs, the one where it's got a painting on the front of the white and yellow radome camouflage set, so it's a really early Tomcat camouflage set. That was really cool. I really enjoyed it. It was my first model I sort of paid for myself in some sense. My parents bought it, but it wasn't just gifted to me. So this is in some sense similar, but the join for the main body to the fuselage cockpit section for this model is actually in here somewhere, and I blended it fairly well so you can't see it with putty and sanding. It was actually very badly joined and mismatched, so it took quite a bit of puttying and sanding. I lost a bit of detail in there, but that's not so bad. It doesn't show up on camera. I used mostly Tamiya and Mr Aqueos brush painting, but the majority of painting is Mr Hobby spray paints, which are enamels. So the seagull grey and this semi-gloss black, which actually comes up much more as a flat black in real life. It's sort of in between flat black and semi-gloss. It's not a real semi-gloss, so you can see a bit of mismatch between the Tamiya semi-gloss black that's just under there. You can see a little bit of black tone there. That's running along the line of the glass canopy versus the more flatter looking Mr Hobby. And I used some Vallejo on this metal section. I'm actually really impressed with the Vallejo metal paint, this sort of silver. It's not showing up super brilliant in the camera. In real life, it's probably the best silver paint I've seen. This is Tamiya's F-18 silver. It's their best spray can silver. I'm actually not too crash hot on it. I don't think it looks particularly metal, and tarnish is really easy. You can see it's not fingerprints, but I think my acidity in my skin has reacted with it as I've been working and manoeuvring the model with my hands. Stickers were okay. These are totally oversized. This is a whole section of one sticker. The arrow, these two yellow boxes, they're separate, those rectangles. And this is way oversized. It's almost double the size of what it should be when you look at the diagrams. It's actually quite ridiculous. They really screwed up on that. But the text on the pilot and co-pilot, or Rio, is fantastic, really legible, really clear, and pretty much, I think, to size, maybe a tiny bit big. And everything else in stickers was pretty good, except for the I think the sticker sheet. They didn't change, from my memory as a kid. They didn't change the stickers for the missiles. So these are the original missile stickers, which I think for the 1980 Screaming Eagles model this is, or 1979 maybe, they should have been different colours, though the banding on the missiles. That's the original stickers that came with the original version of this model. It's a bit of a mix of this kit and I think some other kit, because the kit I had, I don't remember it joining here. I think it actually was a complete kit up until the radome. So the 148 is more like this, and the 172 is more like the old kit, where the join is in a different position. If you get this join right, I think this join's better. But I think as only Tamiya and AMK kind of get those joins right, unfortunately. Whereas the radome join always seems to look a little bit out of whack to me. And that's the nose, it's like the nose of the face. You know, it's easy to screw up. These wings move really well. It's got that ribbed join on the inside. And it works really well. One wing moves the other wing and it's fairly smooth. I did too many coatings of paint, so but it's eased up now, but it was starting to rub a little bit. I was getting these tailplanes to a point where I could maneuver them up and down, but the during my methodology of like coating glue layers on the screw that goes in, the glue actually, when you get too much glue, it starts to eat away at the plastic. So it started to eat away at the plastic, so then I actually eventually ended up losing tension, or friction energy rather. End up losing the friction, so I had to decide just to glue these on. So that's okay. And I had a mishap with this, with the stickers. You might be able to see the stickers. They're okay, but I can see this like white glaze of the stickers all over. I used a matte spray varnish at the end, Tamiya one, and I like the matte look, but it doesn't do well with the stickers. People use gloss, I think, to sort of try and hide the fact that the stickers have a glossy sheen. But on black, these stickers don't look so good. This sticker here, see a little change in that pattern there? That actually came off because I touched it with blue tack, so I had to repaint it by hand. I think it did okay, actually. It's not bad. Could be worse. These stickers here were okay, but the directions in the model were incorrect. This red line here, for the picture of the model in the instructions, the model from above, did not match the diagram for the model from the side, where that red line is, so I followed the side one, then, I followed the top one, because it's got a little oval kind of circle here, square oval shape, and I measured it off that as a distance meter, so it was really close to it. But then when I brought it down in line to go as it should, with the Tomcat, go down, that was actually in the wrong spot. So that was a bit frustrating. So if you're doing this model, watch out for that. This position of the sticker is actually incorrect. If you look at Tomcat images from the any era really, but particularly from this highly decorated era with their very bright colours, that red line is supposed to be further forward to the left, out of the way of the tailplane there, or whatever this thing is. That's rudder, that'd be tailplane, yeah, I guess. Yeah, so if you're doing it, measure it off the profile image that Academy gives you. Apart from that, is there any other quirks on the underside? Oh yeah, the landing gear doors, they didn't match well at all. I shoved that with blue tack. That's the worst one there. See under the Sparrow missile there? That really did not match up at all. So yeah, sorry, I did a botchy job on that. The other one on the backs matched better. I'm gonna have to develop some techniques to fix things like that, because you know that'll happen every now and then with model kits. That looks terrible. I know, don't tell me. But you know, this was actually a practice kit. Hopefully we'll get better. And overall, though, I really enjoyed building it. It was a lot of fun, and I got to learn a lot of techniques. And now that I've done those, I'll probably get a better kit, but I'll be better trained for that kit, so I'll be able to make a better job of it. Quite like the paint scheme on this. I think the black against the rest of the gull grey really shows off. I think it works on a small model like this, whereas I'm thinking about maybe getting the Revel 132 scale next, not just because it's big, but because it's the Gunfighters. The Gunfighters logo is basically all gull grey, no extra stuff, all gull grey. Sorry, it does have this V matte black on the front, but without the spike in the back, and it just has a blue Gunfighters logo, one with the Tomcat leaning on the jet. It's actually probably, I think, the best paint scheme for a Tomcat. Everyone else likes all the flashy stuff, but I think that one's actually the best. But I think with a big model like that, I'll be able to put my practiced detail work into some success of some sort. I didn't do the blue layer there. I thought about it, but would have had to have waited for more materials to arrive to achieve that, I think, and I just wasn't up for that. So yeah, that's probably the best plane I've built so far. The most work I spent, probably nearly 50 hours. But yeah, really like it. It's going to go into the son's bedroom to inspire him. Cool. Alright. I feel the need for speed.